If you find yourself so exhausted and at the point of burnout most of the time, this video is for you. Why are so many good people feeling exhausted today? Not lazy people. Not irresponsible people. Good people. Hardworking people. People who care deeply. People who help others. People who give their best every day. People who carry responsibilities that nobody else sees. Burnout is becoming one of the biggest silent struggles of our generation. And the frightening thing is that many people don't realize they are burned out until they are completely exhausted. At first, burnout doesn't look serious. It starts with feeling tired. You tell yourself you just need a good night's sleep, a weekend off, a short break. But the exhaustion remains. Days become weeks, weeks become months. And eventually you begin feeling emotionally drained. Things that used to excite you no longer bring joy. Tasks that once felt manageable now feel overwhelming. Even small problems feel bigger than they actually are. You start losing motivation. You become easily irritated. You struggle to concentrate. You feel tired even after resting. And deep inside, you begin wondering, what is wrong with me? The truth is that burnout is not weakness. Burnout is often the result of carrying too much for too long without adequate rest. Many good people are suffering because they spend years taking care of everyone else while neglecting themselves. Parents, healthcare workers, teachers, pastors, caregivers, community leaders, employees working under pressure, people trying to survive financially, people carrying emotional burdens, people carrying responsibilities for entire families. The problem is that society often praises overworking. We celebrate being busy. We admire people who never stop. We applaud people who sacrifice everything. But very few people talk about the emotional cost. The cost of constantly giving. The cost of constantly solving problems. The cost of constantly carrying pressure. Eventually, even the strongest person becomes tired. And burnout doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it arrives quietly. You stop enjoying things you once loved. You withdraw from people. You become emotionally numb. You lose your sense of purpose. You begin operating on survival mode. Wake up, work, push through, sleep, repeat. Without truly living. Without truly resting. Without truly healing. Some people listening to this may be experiencing burnout right now. You continue showing up every day. You continue smiling. You continue doing what needs to be done. But inside, you are exhausted. You may feel guilty for feeling tired. You may think, I should be stronger. I should handle this better. Other people have bigger problems. But emotional exhaustion is real. Mental exhaustion is real. And ignoring it does not make it disappear. It's important to mention that this video is inspired by Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. For I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Jesus knew that days like these will come to any of us at a certain times, and He invites us to come to Him and take His yoke. One of the most dangerous things about burnout is that it slowly steals your joy. The things that once brought excitement begin feeling like obligations. The things that once inspired you begin feeling like burdens. And over time, life can start feeling heavy. Very heavy. Sometimes burnout happens because people believe their value comes from productivity. They believe they must always be doing something, always achieving, always helping, always producing, always carrying. But your worth is not determined by how exhausted you are. Your worth is not measured by how much you sacrifice. Your worth is not measured by how much pressure you can tolerate. You are valuable because you are a human being created by God. And God never designed people to function like machines. Even Jesus rested. Think about that for a moment. The Savior of the world took time to rest. He stepped away from crowds. He prayed. He withdrew to quiet places. He understood the importance of renewal. Yet many of us feel guilty whenever we rest. We feel guilty for slowing down, guilty for saying no, guilty for protecting our peace. But rest is not laziness. Rest is wisdom. Rest is stewardship. Rest is necessary. Your body needs rest. Your mind needs rest. Your emotions need rest. Your spirit needs rest. And sometimes the most productive thing you can do is pause, breathe, pray, and recover. Jesus said in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Notice that Jesus did not say, "Come to me when you have everything together." He did not say, "Come to me when you stop feeling overwhelmed." He invited weary people, burdened people, tired people, exhausted people, people carrying more than they can handle. That means if you are burned out today, you are exactly the kind of person Jesus is inviting. Maybe you have been carrying responsibilities that nobody notices. Maybe you have been trying to stay strong for your children. Maybe you have been caring for patients. Maybe you have been supporting family members. Maybe you have been fighting private battles while continuing to function publicly. God sees every burden you carry. He sees the exhaustion. He sees the stress. He sees the emotional weight. And He cares. You do not have to carry everything alone. You do not have to prove your worth through constant exhaustion. You do not have to earn God's love by overworking yourself. Sometimes healing begins with permission. Permission to rest. Permission to slow down. Permission to recover. Permission to be human. Burnout is not a sign that you have failed. It may simply be a sign that you have been carrying too much for too long. And if that is where you find yourself today, please be gentle with yourself. Take care of your mind. Take care of your body. Take care of your spirit. Talk to someone you trust. Pray honestly. Rest intentionally. And remember that recovery is not weakness. Recovery is wisdom. The season you are in right now will not last forever. There is hope. There is healing. There is rest. And there are brighter days ahead. If you are tired today, take a deep breath. You have survived difficult days before. And by God's grace, you will get through this season too. Do not lose hope. Keep trusting. Keep healing. Keep resting. And keep rising.